while everyone else fights the rat race. He chose to flee the city. He bought 2 century-old stone houses in the Alps, renovating them entirely by hand, to turn them into a livable home. Martin went down the mountain today, to buy stones for the garage archway, ensuring the structure has a unified look. After trimming them with a hammer, he places them one by one, with the help of mortar. While he works busily alone, Ella is also learning a new skill, knitting. For the lintel above the gate, Martin creates a groove using stones, then pours concrete into it, adding to steel bars, to ensure greater load-bearing capacity. Suddenly, dark clouds gather, and a light rain begins to fall. But Martin doesn't stop working. Instead, following the same method, he reinforces the back wall with concrete and steel. A house built to last 3 generations. People pass, the house remains. With a warm fire providing heat at night, he can sleep peacefully. Starting the next day with coffee, he sees snow on the distant peaks. This is a true winter wonderland view. After completing the prep work, Martin brings a winch from the warehouse, ready to install the roof beams. He cuts a wooden plank to match the wall's height. Now it can be installed. To serve as an anchor for the pulley, the base must also be firmly secured with timber, to prevent it from shifting out of place. The other side is fashioned into a ramp, to make dragging the beams easier. However, he can't do it alone, so he calls Ella for help. Teamwork makes the job lighter. Soon, the first beam is in place. Following the same process, they hoist the second one up in one go. Although it went smoothly, the pulley needs a slight upgrade to handle the challenges ahead. The pear trees bought last week have waited in pots, so today he plants them on the mountain. To prevent them from being blown over, he supports them with a cement post. At night, Martin visits a familiar hilltop. The city lights below contrast with his solitude. The bustle belongs to the distance. Peace belongs to this moment. A red sunrise reflects on the mountainside, light flowing down the ridges. The night's chill hasn't fully faded, as a new day of busy work begins. Back to installing the roof beams. Ella isn't here today, but the modified pulley works silky smooth. Even working alone, he manages to place all 3 remaining beams. Afterward, he cuts off the excess parts. Sanding the edges makes them look much better. Once they are perfectly level, he secures them completely, anchoring bolts and walls as one. The rafters are also ready. Following the pre-designed sketch, Martin measures the corresponding positions. After cutting slots into them, he uses 30-centimeter screws to join them perfectly to the bottom beam. Today's sunrise is beautiful, and Ella happens to be at the stone house. So they head to the peak together, drinking coffee while watching the sunrise. All in all, there's finally a roof. Looking from the inside, the studio area is very clean. Martin clears away the dead branches and leaves. A tidy environment is more comfortable. Outside, it's getting foggy. The forecast says temperatures will drop sharply tonight. So he shuts off all external water sources. To prevent freezing, repairs would be a hassle. That evening, he makes himself a huge meal. By the way, does anyone know this movie? Snow in the Alps comes without warning. The next day, the whole mountain is covered in white, void of any signs of life, appearing extraordinarily quiet. Martin is a bit surprised too, as it came earlier than expected. Cleaning the solar panels is his favorite winter chore. It relieves stress while ensuring a stable power supply. Since there's nothing else to do on a snowy day, he continues shooting video footage. Although the snowy road is treacherous, he went down to buy a carload of cement. I can only say, fortune favors the bold. Meanwhile, the custom-made heater arrived safely. It's time to install it. Back when he built the fireplace, Martin deliberately left space behind it, and did the same with the second floor flooring. The pre-cut openings were for this very day. After connecting the main pipes, the heater's built-in pressure pump allows the shower to spray 53 water. Using the heat from the fireplace, Martin can now take a hot shower, even in this wilderness. More importantly, in the summer, he can connect it to the solar panels. It really is an impressive setup. Besides that, the outdoor pipes benefit greatly too. They say, if you walk by the river, your shoes will get wet eventually. Martin flew his drone early in the morning, but the battery died, and it went straight down. With no choice, he has to hike to find it. The location is on the opposite mountain, since he often hikes here to enjoy the scenery. He knows the route well. However, moving back and forth to set up the camera and frame the shots to get the desired footage takes a lot of time and physical effort. Once he reaches the general area, after a careful search, he finally finds the drone on the slope. After a simple snack to recharge, he changes the battery and takes off again. To film more footage, Martin truly is dedicated. Winter at the stone house is very quiet. If he gets bored on the mountain, he can visit the small town below. The streets are lively enough, with just the right atmosphere. He heads back up the trail as the sky darkens. These are the new wooden roads Martin bought. It's time to board up the roof. 2 weeks have passed. The archway formwork can retire now. He carefully removes the fixing screws and takes out the entire frame. The view immediately opens up. The curved frame shows his craftsmanship and taste. The next day, Martin paints the wood with preservative. And with nails, begins boarding the roof. To beat the next snowfall, have to finish this work quickly. He laid them neatly one by one. The silent forest echoed, with a banging sound of air. Once the roof is fully boarded, he cuts off the excess parts directly. With this, the year's construction work ends. Next, Martin is going home for Christmas. So there won't be new videos for a while. Please stay tuned. Finally, wishing everyone a happy new year. May you be safe and sound, with hope in your journeys.